Guys, Steve here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see my personal YouTube email address. You guys got any ideas or questions about me and the channel, or any videos that you want to share with me and my subscribers, by all means, guys, you can drop it off there. If you guys want to send me something, you know, I have a YouTube mailing address that I just got that I made an announcement about, because you guys talking about sending me some things. There you guys have it. And I'll leave it to you guys. But guys, listen, I want to talk today about, you know, I made the video last night that nobody has made because I was allowed to, I guess it was an interview with somebody, you know, with some sources yesterday that are very reliable, and I deaded a lot of the myths of what was happening, a lot of unanswered questions at the stops with Tyre Nichols in the case itself. And a big thank you to my sources. And you know, I was debating on whether I was going to do that before I made that announcement on that short, because you know, a lot of people are making videos, and what made me do the deciding factor is, you know, everybody has speculation. And I say this a lot. You know, all we have is speculation, guys, you know, as YouTube content creators. And that's why, you know, I'm real heavy on telling you guys to comment, because you guys have interesting perspectives as well. You guys are watching me on YouTube and getting value. I also get value from the feedback you guys give me. That's why this is called Stock Market Steve in the People's Court. This channel is just as much yours as it is mine, guys. And you know, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You guys play a major role in that, and I'm always appreciative. But guys, I caught a lot of hell from that video, and the reason why I put the video out is because as content creators, we're all making videos, all saying the same thing. And it's like, if I can dispel all the myths and get all the clutter out the way and all the questions that, you know, us as content creators are searching for the answers, and you as the viewers as well. That's why you watch these videos, to see if you've seen something or heard something that you haven't seen before. And with the information I got and the permission I got to say it to you, I figured I would just get it out there. So, I mean, you know, the world is anxious to know, and the man's story got to be told. I got a lot of flack in that video, and which I don't understand. You know, a lot of people hit me up, oh, you're part of the problem. You're saying stuff that's not true. If I told you where I got this information from, which I can't, because I was promised, you know, I was part of the stipulation, because a lot of people can get in trouble. But if I told you exactly where, and I'll tell you in time, where I got it from, you would be like, oh, hell no. Being a content creator, you get exposed, or you get contacted by a lot of people that are very close to sources of things you're talking about, and they will contact you if they feel as though you are legit and you would be good sending out the message or telling the story. So I was honored to even get the information, you know. But yeah, like, people send me negative comments, which I don't care. I mean, it's YouTube, you know what I'm saying? People gonna like you and then hate you tomorrow. But guys, I just figured I would say that. And it's like, you know, I'm not going to give up my sources. You can't trick me into like selling people out. That's not my style. You know, you can either like the video or not. But I mean, either way, you're still watching it. So I mean, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all, man. Because this community over here is a more mature community. And I can tell by the way you write the statements, if you're young or not. It doesn't make no difference. The train keeps moving whether you on it or in it. You know, on it or off it. But anyway, I just want to get that out the way. Listen, yesterday I told you, because I forgot to put these points up, and if you didn't watch the end of that video about Tyre Nichols called The Truth Comes Out, watch the last, I think, 5 to 7 minutes of that video, and I put up some captions in red, and it answered 2 of the most pressing questions in this whole case. The first question was, is no girl involved? There's no girl. So all of the stories about that, I'm guilty of that included. You know, running off of hunches and all this other stuff. So listen, you know how I am. I want my stuff to be legit, and I'm going to come fair with you. So that's taken care of. The second thing that's a myth was, remember they said the database, he used the database and all of that stuff? He didn't use no database. It was a routine stop that they, the Scorpion unit, were not supposed to do. Emmett Martin should not have pulled over Tyre Nichols on a traffic stop. He was supposed to call somebody else, read the plate, and then they were supposed to deal with it. Now, the second part of this is this, and this is today's video. And I'm sorry it took me a long time to drag into this, but I just had to get all that stuff out. Listen. The Scorpion unit, right, did all this stuff with Tyre. What's crazy about the situation, and we know what they did with him, and it's heinous. But the thing that's crazy, guys, they never knew this man. So he was a random stranger as well. It was no motives. It was nothing between Demetrius Haley and him, like everybody thought, because we all saw when they was beating him, we was like, yo, this is like personal. And I'm going to get into that why I think it's personal. I think it has a lot to do with us as black folk. And in fact, I'll start off with that, guys. I think these guys had PTSD from being in the hood and seeing the depressive conditions of black folk and catching hell, arresting them and all that stuff. Through their frustration, they began to hate people that look like them. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, that's crazy and stuff. Look at how personally they attacked Tyre. It was like they knew him. And you heard the other stories of what they did. Beating on people and stuff. Personal stuff. They beating people out in the open. And then telling them to shut up while they beat. That's straight terrorism. And you're seeing the complexion of the people. Why is it only them? Nobody of any other descent has came out that I have seen where the Scorpion team was beating their ass. So that tells you something about how much they hated themselves. Or they hated the job. You know, like I say, a lot of times with different jobs, like the EMTs or people at the hospital, they hate their job. You're a part of the job. They learn to hate you too. You become a thing instead of a purpose, you know, of why they're hired. And guys, listen, on the level of what they did with Tyre, and I'm going to leave that alone. Check this out. Dude, and this is just something to think about, and I'm not putting nothing out there. I'm just think about this. Because, I mean, really, you know, we're a community of thinkers here. Do you think Tyre was the first recorded killing that these people have done? Not just these 5, just the Scorpion unit, period, that had went on unresolved or unsolved. Because the way they beat him and all of that stuff, did you see how they were at the end? They were all broken up. Like, how are y'all out of breath and stuff like that? How are y'all, you understand what I'm saying? They was all limping and stuff from hitting each other and all this. But think about that. Is he the only one that has ever got caught? Because with them doing that, you know, is he the only recorded case? They did it so naturally. That's what I'm trying to get at. When I say personally, they just naturally assaulted him. You seen the man was bleeding and all this other stuff. And then think about it. Every time men fight, normally, and you know you have somebody down, it's a point in your mind where, you know, you tone down because you know your man is defeated. They never stopped. So it's like something psychologically messed up here, or it's something that's repetitive in what they do. And they thought that the outcome would be the same, meaning the guy would live and they wouldn't get in trouble. Think about it. The man was calling for his mom. They had to know he was close by the house. They put their hands on his mouth and told him to shut the fuck up, remember? And I wonder if it's any, you know, like one of my subscribers was talking to me, and we was talking, and I said, you know, she said, you know, it's a wonder if they need to go and check. Like a lot of these missing people and stuff that's missing in Memphis, and see if they're linked to it. And I was like, you know what? I never thought about that. That makes a good video idea. So it's just something to think about. Man, I mean, they was just whipping ass all the time. And, you know, most of that stuff went unrecorded. 580 plus cases, guys. Anything with any of their signatures linked on it, any incident has to be reopened, but it's currently reopened now. You know how much police work that is? They got to go and they have to interview people. Some people are locked up in jail and probably in the penitentiary, most likely 580 people. Everybody has to recant their story. Do you know how much trouble the city is in? Think about this. And then another thing is this, man. And you know I'm going to do it. I'm going to save that. But I'm going to say this. I think CJ Davis knew. And I think she was paid to have rabid animals run the street like this. Because a lot of times there's a big disconnect between those who are fighting crime and those who are the criminal. Whether it's a social status, economical status, or a mental status. I would like to ask CJ Davis, the top cop in Memphis, how do you really feel about crime and criminals in general? And it would tell me a lot about the training, the lack of supervision, and the ruthlessness these guys were allowed to do on the streets. Think about that. And I think she's heavily backed by Jim Strickland. And I think between them two, which I said I wasn't going to talk about, I think they both are in this and should be held accountable. And I'll make a video on that probably tomorrow, so stay tuned. But guys, I just wanted to share something quick. City of Memphis, all this stuff, y'all, man, missing persons, and the only reason why I'm saying it, don't make it sound far-fetched like it couldn't happen. In Jersey a while ago, there was a problem with the state police. A lot of people was disappearing. You know, they had the state police actually patrolling the street. That's how bad Camden was. And some of y'all in Camden remember this story. They had an abandoned house full of bodies in it where state police were beating people to death. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if it can happen there, why it can't happen there? The hood is the hood. This is something to think about, guys. I mean, I'm really wondering if he's the first ever recorded killing by the Scorpion Unit. And I'm not talking about just these guys. Remember, it's 4 10-man teams. So that's a lot of ass that's getting whipped simultaneously in different areas. Think about it. Leave me a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think. You know, I was thinking about it. I figured it would make a good video, something to think about. Maybe to spark somebody to think that's missing somebody in Memphis. And, you know, we don't know how far this web, you know, folds out. But as always, guys, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Thank you.